It was a hot summer day in 2002 in Shimoga, a small town in Karnataka. The daughter of Nagaraj Rao was getting married. There was a shortage of water and people started digging manually in search of water. There was an abandoned well on Nagaraj's farm at Nagara. After hours of digging there, they finally found water. But along with water, they also discovered something else. Those were 160 unexploded metal-cased rockets in the well. How did the rockets come to Shimoga? Who made these rockets? They wondered. The story goes back to 1790 to 92. Third Anglo-Mysore War. Major Dhiro, the general of British forces in India, described his battle against the Mysorean army as a shower of rockets. He said, "Some entered the head of the column, passing through to its rear, causing death. Wounds and dreadful lacerations from the long bamboos attached to them, striking the ground, rose again and bounded along till their forces be spent." The use of rockets in war is believed to have started during the Mongols' incursion into China. They spread the concept of rockets in the world. Mughal Emperor Akbar sent 16,000 rockets to a single garrison in anticipation of an attack. And in 1770, Marathas used rockets in the battle against Britishers. However, these rockets were made of paper and wood. These firecracker rockets were at best a distraction, scaring animals and setting fire to enemy baggage, but failed to cause serious collateral damages. It has changed in 18th century when Mysore emerged as a dominant power. When Hyder Ali introduced the metal-cased war rockets, which were later improved by Tipu Sultan, Mysore was able to use rockets more effectively than any other kingdom, especially in warfare. The Mysore army had one of the best organized and best disciplined troops maintained by any Indian state. These rockets were essentially cylindrical metallic tubes sealed at both the ends by metal discs. The process of hot and cold forging was used in the manufacture of these rockets. It started with cutting low-carbon steel to the required sizes. The head and aft discs would be cut out from sheets and then hand-forged over a mandrel. Aft disc with a hole for the nozzle was held at the bottom end of the cylindrical casing and forged to it. The casing would be lined with a coating of clay. These casings were then filled with gunpowder, skillfully tapping to reduce the air gaps. There was an auger-like tool that was used to drill the fuse hole to the chosen depth. The manufacture of these rockets required advanced expertise and an adequate supply of the right materials. Nagara, Bidaruru, was a densely wooded place. This place was a good source of the bamboo that was attached to these rockets. Nagara also had a strong fort in which ordnance factories or one of the Taramandals existed. It was where Mysoreans manufactured arms. They utilized the advantage provided by the superior quality of forged iron available in Mysore and conducted experiments to improve the iron casting. The accuracy and range of the rockets were also improved with the use of this iron. This allowed rockets of different sizes and weights to hit targets at varying distances and elevations. Wheeled carts were fitted with multiple rocket ramps to allow the rocket artillery to launch about a dozen missiles at a time. The drill for gunpowder was very important. If the hole is straight-sided, the arrow will fly straight. If it is slanting, then the arrow will go off at a tangent. The rockets were playing a major role on the battlefield. Arthur Wellesley, a British officer, described his experience of moving from River Kaveri to Srirangapattanam fort in 1799 as very difficult. He wrote, "So pestered were we with the rocket boys that there was no moving without danger from these rocket missiles. Every illumination of blue lights was accompanied by a shower of rockets. No hell could be thicker." After the fall of Srirangapattanam, 600 launches, 700 serviceable rockets, and 9,000 empty rockets were found. Tipu's rockets were carried to England by the Royal Woolwich Arsenal to start military rocket research, which led to the development of Congreve rockets. Some of the Mysorean rockets are kept in museums in England. Later, in mid-July of 2018, during excavation from Nagra village of Shivamogga, around 2,000 unexploded rockets were found. All are preserved in Shivappa Nayaka Palace Museum. Mysorean rockets were the reminiscences of the advanced technology that Indians used against the British in the 18th century. Tipu's rockets would have certainly contributed to the development of modern-day rockets.